accelerated learning program is now in its third year. We started it because for a long time the evidence of assessments was showing that while children were going to school, they were not learning much. They were not able to read simple texts, they were not able to do basic numeracy. The body of evidence collected by many, like Uwezo, Nasimla in the Ministry of Education, is what has informed the fact that there are certain populations, certain regions that one must perhaps continue to do some sort of affirmative action for every child to access what the Constitution has stated is a basic human right for any Kenyan child. We believe that you need to start with where the child is, not where the curriculum states that the child ought to be. And so one of the things that we do is that we use a basic assessment to identify the actual learning level of each child. And that is the starting point. Because of the teacher shortage in the country, what we have done is to identify trained, qualified teachers who are registered with the Teacher Service Commission, and then we give them quick refresher courses, and these are the teachers who support to ensure that the children who are lagging behind are given basic literacy and numeracy so that they can exercise their right to education. This program has given back the love for school that many children did not have, because when they would go to school they were a bit lost. We are now seeing parents who are now willing to support their children more. The parent, to me, is the first educator for the child. So if you can build interest in the parent, then I think the child has really no option but to succeed. There's an African saying that says it takes a village to educate a child. And therefore, when Safaricom, in its own planning, decided it wanted to be part of this village of playing an active role in education, that was beautiful. And therefore we found each other, and we have been together through the lifeline of this particular program. And Safaricom has been a very good partner in terms of supporting, both in terms of funding but also the thought process. When we started this project, the first phase was to identify these children who do not have basic literacy and numeracy and give them the ability and the confidence that they are able to read and to do something with their own lives. And once that was done, then it was important to then sustain this. And so what we have done in a number of schools that we are working in is that the children who are already fluent readers are now joining the reading clubs, and through that being able to read and support themselves. The coronavirus demanded that we need to just think differently, because the need for the child to learn to read still remains. If anything, if a child was beginning to learn how to read and then you stop it, it's very easy for them to lapse back. We needed to then structure our learning through radio mostly, because most of the homes of where we are working do not have TV. We also then developed workbooks to allow the children to at least practice reading, practice writing, because many of these households do not even have basic reading and numeracy. And the teacher assistants have come in with their own ideas. The local education leadership have also brought in many ideas. And so it has been a thriving learning community in these places, especially in Tana River district. As we think about why literacy is important, it is because of these salient and very powerful attributes that it has. And therefore, when you take away from a child even the ability to read, in many ways you're taking away their future. And therefore, as we're celebrating the World Literacy Day, let us remember that for us to be able to read the world, we must read the word.